I, 33M, overheard my girlfriend, 28F, making fun of me pretty brutally to her best friend, 27M. When I say brutally, I mean brutally. This is something I had shared somewhere else, but it got removed for some reason. I'm putting it up again so I can refer to it when I share the update. I hope that makes sense. My girlfriend, Jenna, and I have been in a relationship for over 2 years. I'm a vet, and we met at my clinic. She had just relocated to the city and brought her dog in for an ear infection. We hit it off, and what was supposed to be a 15-minute appointment turned into an hour-long conversation. I've never felt so attracted to a woman before. Before Jenna, I was living the bachelor life. I was starting to think I'd never settle down, even though that life of nothing but casual hookups was getting really old and empty. Jenna is a charming woman with a lot of friends. Her best friend is a guy, Dylan, she knew from her previous town. I have faith in Jenna, but I'd be lying through my teeth if I said that her friendship with him doesn't bother me at all. I'm not mad at her or arguing with her about it. She's assured me that they've always been friends and never had sex. This is something I had posted somewhere else, but it was taken down for some reason. I'm putting it up again so I can link to it when I share the update. I hope that's clear. My girlfriend, Jenna, and I have been dating for more than 2 years. I'm a vet, and we met at my clinic. She had just moved to the city and brought her dog in for an ear infection. We clicked, and what was meant to be a 15-minute appointment turned into an hour-long chat. I've never been so drawn to a woman before. Before Jenna, I was living the single life. I was beginning to think I'd just remain single forever, even though that life of nothing but casual encounters was becoming really old and empty. Jenna is a charismatic woman with a lot of friends. Her best friend is a guy, Dylan, she knew from her old town. I trust Jenna, but I'd be dishonest if I said that her relationship with him doesn't bother me at all. I'm confident, and I'm not crazy. So I accept that they are friends and have tried to befriend him as well. He has visited the city 3 times. He's a cool guy, but he does not seem to like me much. Jenna says he's just protective. It seems a lot more like jealousy than protectiveness, in my view. Jenna just graduated from grad school this spring, but she's had a really hard time finding a job. We have lived together for a year, and I've been supportive that she can't help pay rent, etc. right now. I'm very financially stable, so it isn't a problem, but I am careful to not become an excuse for her to not get a job and have her own financial freedom. I just think it's important for everyone to have this kind of freedom. So, without being pushy, I've let her know that she does need to start paying half of the expenses once she gets a job. Anyway, she texted me at work on Monday to tell me she got a job. It's a job she really wanted and had to go through some pretty tough interviews to get. I was so happy and proud of her that I decided to leave the rest of the day at the office to my staff and left early without telling Jenna. I bought her favorite liquor, grabbed a bunch of Chinese takeout her favorite, and bought her flowers. I had bought her a nice necklace that she'd seen at a store a few weeks ago. Nothing super fancy, but it has a shark on it, and that woman is just crazy about anything to do with sharks. I'd hidden it in the basement and figured I'd give it to her soon, totally surprise her with it once she'd forgotten about even seeing it in the store. I got home and came in the side entrance to the basement so I could grab the necklace and then surprise her. When I came up the basement steps and opened the door, I could hear her talking on the phone. Normally I wouldn't stop and listen, but I heard her laughing hysterically, like belly laughing. It was pretty adorable, so I figured I'd wait for her to hang up the phone before I surprised her. She was talking to Dylan. Nothing new there. They talk at least once a week. Then I heard what they were laughing about. It was a couple of boring minutes before I realized she was laughing at our sex life. She said something along the lines of, "No, he's no match for my ex-boyfriend. Ex-boyfriend was at least 3, and I feel bad eating baby carrots around him. It must be traumatic for him to see me chewing on a carrot the same size he is. It would be cute if he didn't suck so much. His body is amazing if he wears his boxers." Lots of laughs. Look, I don't care what people think about my size on YouTube, but I think it's important to note that what she's making fun of isn't even true. In my opinion, that makes it even worse. I don't know if he was a horse or not, but I'm just average. Nothing to brag about, but it's not funny either. I've never been self-conscious. It's just the way I am. To hear her trash me to a guy that she knew I had some issues with was downright hurtful. Hurtful doesn't even begin to cover it. She also called me gorgeous and super smart, and gorgeous with an average size penis. I'm actually highly educated, which is not a concern of mine. I know I'm gorgeous and super smart. Did I throw my flowers out of the car window? Did I cry in the parking lot? Did she hear the basement door close? Did she see my car drive away? Did she text me as soon as I left? Did she ask me when I would be home? It was Monday, and I haven't talked to her about it yet. I guess I'm still processing it. It's so embarrassing and hurtful. But Damn it, I love her. I'm not saying I forgive her, but I want to emphasize how hard this is for me. I know I need to talk to her about it, but how? Any advice on how to start the conversation? I'm really hurt right now, and I'm not sure I can forgive her. My friend made fun of me to her male friend about our sex life, penis. It's really hurtful. I feel like a puppy being kicked in the face. Joking aside, I am devastated. I was planning to propose within the next few months. I don't know how to forgive her now and stay married to her. What advice do you have for me? Update. Wow, I really appreciate all of you. I want you to know that I'm going to end things with Jenna for sure. I had a drink with 3 of my buddies tonight and spilled the beans. They all agreed with most of you. Get rid of her and do it fast. I also talked to my mom and told her the whole thing, yes, every detail, as humiliating as it was. We have a tight bond and I wanted to share everything with her, and she was furious like never before. She was aware that I had a ring for Jenna. I'll let you know how it goes after I do it, maybe tomorrow, but it might take me some time to write about it. I'm going to be a mess emotionally. Thanks once more for all the feedback, support, and motivation. I was really surprised by how much you all cared for me. Update 1. I, 33M, overheard my girlfriend, 28F, making fun of me pretty brutally to her best friend, 27 Madame. When I say brutally, I mean brutally. Well, supportive audience strangers, I held my ground and dumped Jenna on Thursday night. This has been the most dramatic and stressful few days of my whole life. I am drained. Things got pretty nasty on her side. Sorry for the long post. A lot went down. Based on the advice of my friends, mom, brother, and many of you, I met her in a place that was private but still public. The idea was that someone who can be so mean and dishonest might try to twist things and say that she broke up with me because I abused her or something like that. I hope she wouldn't do something like that, but who knows, especially after everything that has happened. Better be careful than sorry. I considered just packing up her stuff and cutting her off with no explanation, but we've been together for over 2 years. I thought the best thing to do was to face her calmly and listen to her. If she had a reason, I wanted to hear it, even if it didn't affect my choice to break up with her. So I took her to a wine bar downtown that has those small booths with half curtains. She's been super sweet since Monday, which makes me think she either A, felt bad about what a jerk she was, B, suspected I might have hurt her, or C, she just noticed I'd been acting distant and had no idea why. So she dressed up really nice, and despite everything that has happened, I can admit that she looked gorgeous. She was also very flirty and kept making a lot of naughty remarks about all the things she wanted to do to me later. Usually, my little darling would have loved this, but given the situation, it was hard to listen and pretend to be normal. I had rehearsed it over and over in my head. So once we sat down and had our wine, I got started. I can't remember what I said exactly. My adrenaline was pumping, so it's hard to remember. I basically said how much I love her, how she's the only woman I've ever truly felt connected to so deeply that I opened up to her and trusted her completely. I said she was the only woman I ever thought about getting married to, that I went ring shopping for her. I left out the part where I already got a ring and that I've actually thought about having kids with her in the next couple of years, and she kept interrupting me with awe or how much she loves me. Then I looked her straight in the eyes and asked her why. If she was so fond of me, she would make such a terrible joke about me to Dylan. The expression on her face was quite satisfying. She denied it at first and acted as if she had no clue what I was saying. She said that Dylan knew how much she loved me and that she had never laughed at me in front of him. I just looked at her blankly and said something to the effect of, "Come on, Jenna," but she still denied it, even after I said that I had come home early that morning and had heard her on the phone. It was very frustrating, but I stayed calm. I told her that we both knew she was lying and that what she said was unforgivable, and I couldn't understand why she would say such a thing to anyone, especially Dylan, especially since she was lying to get on my nerves. She kept denying it and acting like I was the crazy one. She said she loved me, that she wasn't unhappy with our sex, that she never said she was or complained about my size, and that she knew I was smart and sweet, and that's why she loved me. I could have believed her if I hadn't heard her say it to Dylan. She deserved an Oscar. Some people on the comments thread asked me if I heard her right. I did. When she talked about her ex-boyfriend and his kraken penis, when she compared it to mine, I heard her say my name. I am 100% sure she spoke about me and was lying to me about it. I told her I would drop her off at the house and she could pick up the things she needed and bring her dog. I also told her my brother would be there with his girlfriend. I wanted there to be other witnesses to make sure I didn't do anything violent or destructive. I told her I'd pack up her stuff and leave it outside for her to come and get whenever she wanted. She was shocked that I was really breaking up with her. She begged me, but my decision was, is final and I didn't give in. It was tough not to break down in front of her though, when she kept saying how much she wished to be with me forever and that she had dreamed of being the mother of my children someday. I have my own house, and since Jenna didn't contribute to the bills by paying any rent or utilities, I didn't care much about, to be honest, throwing her out. She kept asking me what she was going to do and where was she going to sleep. I told her it wasn't my concern anymore and that she has many friends she can crash with until she finds her own place. Practically all of the furniture and decor is mine. She just has clothes / toiletries / etc. to take out. All of the redecorating she did to my house was paid by me. Then came the tears. She started sobbing and saying that she didn't get how I could do this to her. She said she thought I was a good guy about 1,000,000 times. I told her I am a good guy, which is why I didn't just toss her stuff on the front yard, change the locks, and leave her clueless. And then, I swear to God, this woman took it to the next level. She said, "I don't know why I said these things to Dylan. I finally admitted it. And maybe it's because Dylan brought out the best in me and I can laugh at things that would normally bring tears to my eyes, like my penis." I said, "I think it's really sad if what I hear is her best self." It was a small thing to say, and usually I'm above being sarcastic, but I said, she can move back to her hometown and live with her ex-boyfriend Dylan, or her 9-inch penis. It was amazing to see the tears evaporate. I am an idiot. I do not know how to treat a woman. I am a failure. I am a loser. I have a tiny penis. I will be alone forever. She never loved me. I was more of a friend to her. She did not want to hurt me. It makes sense that she stayed with me. She would have said no to me if I had asked her to marry me. Again, I am an idiot and a failure. I have failed and am a failure. In case I did not understand it the first time she said my penis is a baby carrot. I will die alone. I said to her that I'd rather die alone than be married to a woman who is mean and doesn't care for me or respect me. She began to shriek. Not actual words, just a long, very loud shriek. It was unsettling. Then she snapped and called me a twisted swine. I settled the bill and said sorry to the waiter for the scene. Then I went out and Jenna was standing there sobbing. I know she did something awful and everything she said just before was awful, but I still felt bad for her and didn't want to abandon her on the pavement. It's New England. It's already quite chilly here. So I offered to drive her back to the house so she could get her things, but that she had to go and find another place to stay as soon as she got a bag ready. She nodded, and we were silent the whole way in the car. It was so uncomfortable. My brother and his wife were at the house when we arrived. His wife stayed indoors while Jenna gathered some stuff, and my brother stayed outside with me. It was pretty calm, and she had a friend come get her. I took my key from her before she went. She texted me all night, and the text went from sorry to sad to mad to really mad and back again. I ignored all of them and only texted her this morning to say that her stuff was on the porch and that she should get it while I'm at work. I didn't get anything from her all day until it was almost time for me to leave. Very mean text cursing me with every bad thing you can curse a person with. I didn't reply. Well, I got home to a mess. She broke everything. I don't know if she had made an extra key at some point that I didn't know about or if she can pick locks, but she got into the house somehow and she ruined it. She broke stuff that's priceless. She tore up the furniture. She blocked 2 sinks and left the water on. She left my fridge open and threw food everywhere in the kitchen. It was trashed. The only nice thing she did was lock my 2 dogs in a bedroom, I guess so they didn't hurt themselves on glass or eat the food. I have 2 vehicles, one for everyday use and then an SUV for work. I use the SUV for when I visit houses and may have to bring a big or exotic animal into the vehicle to take it to the clinic. In the middle of all the trouble, I'd forgotten I'd given her a key to the SUV in case she ever had a crisis and needed to go somewhere. I went out to check the car and she wrecked the inside of it too. She poured flour all over the inside along with tomato soup. The stuff is just stuff, I guess. It's more the fact that she could do something so immature and terrible on top of everything else. It shocks me. Last weekend I took her to a play, went out with her and friends. We played Monopoly one night and made up our own drinking game with it. We hung out and watched Netflix, made love several times. And this weekend, my house and vehicle are destroyed and so am I. Amazing how fast things change. Not my best moment, but I was so angry that I got right on to Costco's instant delivery and ordered 25 lb bags of baby carrots and had them sent to her friend's place for Jenna. 100 lbs of baby carrots. They deliver within an hour. I got a bunch of funny and rude texts from her that night. Yes, It was childish, but the only thing I regret about it is that it was a waste of food. Hopefully she gives them away or makes some of them or something. So that's that. I blocked her last night after the nasty texts from her just kept coming. I'm feeling pretty low right now, and I've cried more than I have in a long time. It's clear that I made the right choice. Jenna is obviously not emotionally healthy or grown up. She really is mean, and I know I do deserve better. I have been thinking a lot since Monday about myself as a partner and trying to figure out what could have caused her to have some bitterness or something for me. I'm going to be completely honest here. I work a lot. I try to still find time for the people I care about, and I try not to take work home with me when I've had a rough day, but sometimes I do. I admit this. Jenna and I have argued about it before, and I have really tried to plan my days a certain way so that I can get home at a decent time, and I've tried to leave rough days at work as much as I can. However, anyone who is a vet or has worked with one knows we're always on standby for emergencies. Sometimes we have patients that we have to monitor or stay with throughout the night. Time off can be hard. It's possible, but it's hard. My staff is amazing and can deal with most situations, but I do still get a lot of calls or texts from them when I'm on holiday or off for the day. I'm sure there have been times when Jenna felt second to my job. Well, I guess I know there have been. She's said so in the past. I did try to make changes, but there's only so much I can do. As far as I can recall, I've never been intentionally mean to Jenna. I've had bad days and been moody or distant. We've had our fair share of conflicts and fights, but nothing unhealthy or extreme. I really thought we had a strong relationship and that we were both happy. I know I was. It's hard to not doubt myself and wonder if I really am a disappointment or if I ignored her to the point that she felt unloved enough to behave the way she did. I don't know, but I do know that no matter what, the way she insulted me and the way she acted to breaking up was way out of line. I didn't deserve that, and that's on her. So thank you for supporting me, viewers. It's been great to read all the kind words and advice. Time for me and my baby carrot to eventually find a woman who values us for what we are. TL.dr. I broke up with Jenna Thursday night. Did not go well. She got mean and ended up wrecking my house, car, and me. But I did it. It's over, and I've blocked her from my phone social media. I also sent her 100 lbs of baby carrots in a moment of angry weakness. Update. I did file a police report and took pictures, which will hopefully help with getting back some of the money lost through insurance. As for the police report, it's very unlikely anything will come of it since I can't prove it was her. Same goes for trying to sue her in small claims court, and honestly, I'd rather not deal with her anymore. I'm gonna hope that insurance will cover the damages and just move on with my life.